It's 6:30. Charter Revision Commission meeting for April 30th, 2024. I'd like to call to order, and please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Everyone has a copy of the minutes from April 15th. I wanted to make a note about the minutes. In our discussion coming up in this meeting, we have the results of the public hearing from April 15th, and those points we're going to include in our discussion tonight. Other than that, does anyone want to make a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
Okay, Brenda, and second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? I didn't put any public comment because I believe being a special meeting, I didn't have to.
If you can if you want to.
Okay. Well, what we need to do is eventually narrow down the 13 from the 13 to, I'd say, I don't know, 6? That's my thought. Only because the ballot may be pretty busy in November. We have a lot of
I kind of
candidates.
up until like 8.
Oh, you went up to 8?
I went to like 8, so.
I was like, just found 6 that I thought were vital. I had some criteria that I went by in looking at them. As soon as I find out of that. Okay, my criteria was, is it something that's causing trouble now if you have an immediate problem that needs to be solved? And that we found that something that needs to be done differently. And the other thing is, maybe in the future it could cause minor annoyances, like the typos. And the other ones would be immediate action, that we need to change things. And I know for me, number 1 was, I put number 1, which is number 1. Shall the annual operating budget, education budget, and capital budget be 3 separate items to vote and approve, and once approved, the specific item will not be voted upon again. The reason why being that we passed it in 2021, and it was not put into the charter. So we still have that as the public has voted on having those 3 budgets separated. To me, that was the most important one.
That was like my number 2, but the first one was, should they go to referendum?
Oh,
So that was
okay,
both budget things. So
all right, referendum being that all day they could vote for the budgets. That was those 3 budgets. I had that one too, but does anybody else have that one? Or have you looked at that yet?
So I had that one, number 5, shall all annual town budget votes go to referendum for approval? I had that as number 1, and then number 2 was the 3-part one there that we want to make sure it's right in there. So
And the first one being.
So, but yeah, whatever.
Okay.
As long as they're the first 2.
And the referendum all day, I was wondering about that only, we had agreed on that one. Being being an important one where we cut out half of these. I wasn't so sure about that one. But we had.
Were we eliminating number 7? I know there was a little discussion about that. So that one is, we don't even have to consider.
I'm checking with the attorney to verify,
Okay.
but I think that it was something to definitely consider taking it out.
Okay, all right. I know there was some discussion last time, so.
All right, that one, yeah, I thought that was
Let's see, attorney.
7. What do you have for number 7 on your list?
Shall the pension board be added to chapter 5 in the town charter as 5-7 with a definition of the board? Right,
because the issue is that if we're making an ordinance for pension, we have to have it in the charter. So I'm checking with the attorney on that.
So that's still up in the air.
So that one's okay. So it's not an eliminating it, we're just checking on
Yes.
legalities for it. So, okay, all right, so that one would have to be in there then.
Number 12, it's shall the town clerk and the tax collector, 4-year elected term, begin in January, following the November election, as stated in the Connecticut General Statute. I was thinking of that one being important because we've already had an issue where between that time that we had 2 new town clerks, the 2021 charter got printed. And that came out right the next year, I mean that year, January or February. And we had 2 town clerks, we had someone training, and we had, the attention wasn't on that. So that's why I thought that one was important, that we give the town clerk or the tax collector time to get used to their job before they take over. Does that make sense? Before the transition of power.
It does help tremendously if you think of, if there's a hypothetical where you have a new tax collector and they're coming in right after the election, as we state now, it's like 3 or 4 weeks, and that's all you've got for training. It makes it very difficult. Yes, do they go to specialized training on top of that? Absolutely. But at least to get your feet wet into what your responsibilities are, what you're transitioning from here's where everything is, to how you connect with the state of Connecticut if you have any questions. It's important to go to that January timeframe as stated in the state statutes.
I had that one for my number 5. Yeah, I'm looking at what I put.
And the tax dates, what'd you have for that one? Where we
Oh,
wanted to change in the
Oh,
quarter?
yes, the quarterly tax payments.
'Cause
I thought would be very good for budgeting
I
for
had that
people.
on 3.
Yeah, I think I had that
number
one.
3. I was writing what you had for yours on the other side of where I had mine,
Okay.
so,
What number is that one?
11.
So, yes, I had that, better for people to budget. I had that as number 2
Yeah.
of being important. See, we're trying to eliminate ones that, some are just housekeeping things. Like we don't have a, what's the name of the, charter says that we have to have something for emergencies. What is it?
Civil preparedness.
Civil preparedness.
Yeah, and that has
Number
never
9.
been really acted upon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
And-
nobody's going to notice that.
And instead of that, we do have, it's not an official thing because it's not in the charter, but we do have a safety committee meeting between all 4 fire departments, the police, the town hall, and the ambulance corps. So on a quarterly basis, we go down, we talk about issues around town for safety and what we can do to improve things. So civil preparedness
We already have
is
that,
different.
but it's just a housekeeping thing where we
Yeah.
take the language out, right?
I mean, how many times have we ever seen an actual board?
Right.
So can we just, we have to
Should we
vote on that
do
to
we have
take
to-
it
It
out?
has to be voted on by the
Yes,
public to
voted on,
eliminate it out
but
of
we
the charter.
eliminate it, though. Okay, so, okay.
Well, let's put down which ones that we kind of want to eliminate. And then can we vote on, we can vote on those?
You can do, and by the way, you've got plenty of time to not only talk about it this meeting, but other meetings.
Yeah.
Because you can come back and say, you know what, I thought about that again, and maybe it's
Yeah.
not quite what I thought.
Well, this has given us the opportunity for me, especially I found that reading these over again, I was thinking, oh, why are we burdening people at this time, especially with election, with 13 of these? And some are just housekeeping things
Yeah.
that we can take care of in another
Well,
time.
that civil preparedness one, it is kind of a little bit redundant.
Yep.
Because of the fire departments.
Things have changed since
And-
it
and
was
they-
written.
Yeah, and they have their jurisdictions.
Mhm.
You know, the fire district is a very strong organization.
I also asked all fire departments too, I said, okay, if we're gonna keep this, are you ready to get sworn in? Because it's a duty, you have to
Right.
perform it all the way through.
You're absolutely right.
So they all said, no, thank you. They would prefer to continue the ad hoc
The way it is.
meetings as they're doing it now.
Well, that being because they all have their area
Yep.
that's designated what they would take care of.
Yep.
And I don't think the people of Warren want somebody from Plainfield telling them what they should do.
Right.
And that's kind of,
But it's also important to know what's going on between the fire departments
yeah, but they communicate.
and police and EMS.
They communicate. I haven't been a fireman for a while, but I was for a long time.
Yep.
And they had monthly meetings and
Yeah,
And
so
they don't know each other's
this is
phone.
good now because we're able to,
Yeah.
talk about safety issues as a civil preparedness group does. We have, as selectmen, have actually had a vote on an issue recently, which was you are trying to, in an emergency situation, where do you go? And if you lose power in the area, we have voted on to use the high school as our emergency preparedness area for different issues. So that, it's a different flavor of what that is, but we work on that.
It should, in a way, that things like that should be talked about.
Mhm.
Because I've lived in this town my whole life, never had a reason for a need for that.
Yep.
But in Norwich, you have the mighty Yannick. But it's funny to us, but I mean, I can remember, back in the mid-'80s, driving down the highway and looking off the highway and seeing the same place right down the street from the Yannick River Inn there, not the Yannick River Inn, but the Yannick Mall, where you can see the water coming in there.
Yep.
And I saw he had a nice pile of wood there, and there it is, all floating away. And I'm saying, man, that's a...
Yep, so we do talk about the planning for that case of emergency situations.
We need to, right now, worry about it in the charter. It's in there.
Yep.
Maybe change it at a later date.
Right, so it's already in there. So
Yeah, it's already
so we
there.
can keep
We
it
also
there,
have
yeah.
something to prepare for emergencies. There was another one too.
But it's part of the charter, so that's, according to the attorney, you have to go through everything for the charter that you want to take out.
Number 10.
Through an ordinance.
Number 10.
Charter revisions.
Shall section 75C be modified to include eligibility of a resident with any or no political party affiliation to fill a vacancy on an appointed board or commission after 30 days of vacancy, as long as minority representation is not violated. I thought perhaps that was important because right now there's some empty spots. The Board of Selectmen, right, you said that this was an important one to you
Yes.
because you're trying to fill these
Those
appointed
spots,
boards. And now you can't get a Republican, and we've been trying at housing for 2 years to get a resident Republican at Sunny Acres to come to be a part of the housing authority. So that one seemed like an important, you had that number 6?
Yeah, that is number 6.
What number was it again? Oh, yeah, number 10. See, I have so many notes written
You
down.
have 11.
Yeah, that's my number 3.
It'll be helpful for us.
What do we have so far? Yeah, oh, I do have
You got a clean? I was gonna say, can we kind of number the way we,
Yes, let's do
right
that.
now, and that way have those done?
Okay.
What's number 4?
Because we don't have to.
Oh, number 4 is section 255. What about that one? Did you see
No,
that?
no, which one do we want as?
Oh,
Let
it's
me
number
give her a
4,
second.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Well, we haven't decided which one is first.
Well, number 3, question number 3, so section 4 would be clarified for the election process of the 7th member of the Board of Finance. We kind of have to
That's my number 4.
do that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, my
Number
number 4.
3 is my number 4. And that's very important because we just added a 7th
Added the
member.
member, so.
So we've got, what do we have so
All right,
far?
so if we do,
I'm going to circle 1.
oh, no, so you want that one as 1, and then the other budget one as 2
The other budget one,
for the referendum number 5, question number 5.
referendum. Okay. That would be number 5. Everything would go to referendum. It just sounds crazy, but I guess it could happen.
All the
We could
town
work.
budget votes. Yeah.
All 3 votes would go.
Yeah.
Just the votes.
Yeah, we had to vote on the budget, it would go to referendum.
And that includes the BOE and the capital improvements.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so we'll put
So-
that, for now, put that for number 2.
Okay.
So we have number 1 is number 1.
And then you wanted, which one? For 3.
The third one I had,
The
number
tech.
10.
I thought it was 11.
Oh, that was my
Oh.
second one.
So-
Oh, wait a minute. I
I
had
thought you had like.
number 11, Shall the tax due
Right,
dates
okay,
be
yeah,
changed to quarterly?
Okay, so number 3 for that one then?
Yeah, let's put that one number 3, for now. I mean,
Yeah,
we
right,
can
we can,
change.
if we just, have
We're
a,
gonna eliminate a few this time, I think.
and then the town clerk and the tax collector, did you want that one? Which one? We agreed on 4. You
Four
said
is number
number 3.
three.
Yeah,
Question
4
number
is number
3
3.
was number 4, yeah.
Number 5 was 12.
Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I
Let's
said.
see.
But I mean, so number 3 is the 4th
Yeah,
most important. Talk about prioritizing.
well, that's, that's
Right? And
right,
then
if we
we've got
do
number
that,
12.
okay, yeah. Number
is-
12 was
5.
5, okay.
For good. I don't think I went anywhere further with that.
No, we didn't.
I think
Oh,
I personally circled ones that were just like really housekeeping.
Question number 10 about the eligibility of the resident, that one would be number 6.
Yeah,
Oh,
6.
political
Yeah,
party, yes, very
And that
important.
one's
Hey,
number
can I-
6.
Can I ask a question about that one?
Yeah,
It says, it's marked as resident, not voter.
oh, yes, you're right, voter, be a registered voter.
Because a resident might not be a
Right,
voter.
might not be a voter.
Right. So
Yeah, so
shall
we'll just change
section,
it to-
right, 7.5C be modified to include eligibility of
A
a
voter,
registered voter.
Well, that makes, you have people who own
yeah.
property in town, but not
But
residents.
are they gonna
But,
be in a,
yeah.
are they gonna
So
be
would you want them to be on a board?
on a board,
Yeah, but-
appointed
Do
board?
they vote?
That would be a question
That
for
would
the
be like-
attorney, because it could be a way to phrase it to say, and
Yeah,
resident.
but that could be a,
That would be
Children
tough
thing,
though.
yeah.
But I mean, can I go to
Hey.
Sterling and be on one of their boards?
What-
I own property there, but.
What
I
if you
don't
just
live there.
left resident and put voter? Resident voter.
yeah,
Maybe.
Then they have to be a resident and a
Yeah,
voter.
voter.
I agree with, I gotta agree with
Yeah, I
that.
think that's,
Okay.
yeah, I think that.
Because I think you want residents,
Yeah,
I think so too, that Melissa Furman lives in Georgia.
Right,
She
not
would
just
love to vote
taxpayer.
here, but she can't, So,
Resident.
she has, she owns property here, so.
There's a way that she can vote for financial items, but not for
For
elections.
She can vote for financial items, that's cool. Okay.
Okay, so we did that one as number 6, okay.
Are we in agreement that civil preparedness would be kind of a burden right now to put on the ballot?
well, it's already it's already there.
Right.
It's in the chart.
Fire department.
So-
Yeah.
Well, we were gonna remove it because we already have the fire department, but we're trying to eliminate half of the questions. We don't have so many on the ballot. We can put that on next time to clean it
Did we
up.
find out yet if the state has one? Because I thought the state was gonna have a question on the ballot too.
Oh, we haven't found out
We found
yet.
that
It's
out
too
yet?
early.
Okay.
It's too early.
Well, tell them to get going, we want to know.
We anticipate at least one, though.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, another one I thought was kind of a not emergency was number 8, adding the Ag Commission and the Conservation Commission to Chapter 7. Because all the other appointed boards and commissions are in Chapter 7. But Conservation Commission right now, we don't even have a full board. So I don't know,
You have a member.
you have
Oh,
one member.
On
I
the
need like 6
conservation?
members to, yeah.
Not many arguments in that meeting.
Wow.
This is another reason we like that one set, was it 7.5? Yeah, 7.5C,
That's-
number 10. That's another reason, because we can't get anybody to Conservation Commission.
Right.
They have
But
to be a
half of
certain
them
party.
now-
Yeah.
Right, they're all different parties now, so right now it's pretty open.
Yeah,
So
now it
we
is.
want number 8 to be, let's see, what do we need, number 7? On our
Number
list
7.
On our list, so question number 8, do you want to put that as our prioritized
No.
number 7, or which one?
Yeah, no, I was thinking we could just put that as one that we can cross off for now. We don't need to add it for now,
So
number
we're
8.
crossing off the number 9, question
And number 9, right.
We're crossing that one off.
Just for now, just
Yeah,
for now.
that's what-
I have enough of these. I can-
Yeah,
7, 8, and 9 are
yeah,
crossed off.
Yes, pension, he was gonna find out. Pension, they take,
Yeah.
the Board of Selectmen takes care of the pension board. They are the pension board, but there's nothing in the charter about it. But we could always put it in later, right?
Copy.
If we have to. So that was temporarily removed.
That's-
Yes, he's gonna check the legality on that. It never was put in
Actually,
there.
the ordinance would have to pass.
Question number 4?
Number
Right.
4, oh, the circulation,
Because I thought that was kind of a must, because we can't get it printed in time.
Right.
That's a great idea.
Shall section 255 be changed to increase from 10 to 30 days for printed circulation of new or modified ordinances? If you have new or modified ordinances,
How's our ordinance man? Can he?
yeah, is it important right now? I'm still trying to think of the priorities.
Kevin, how important is that to change it from 10 days to 30 days for the ordinance being posted?
Is it
Not a big deal.
what's that?
Not a big deal right now.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal?
Criteria, it's not causing trouble right now. That was my first criteria.
Criteria. It's not-
Could in the future, that was my second one. And the other one needs immediate action. So there's, that one I think is,
So we can wait on number 4.
okay.
That's messy.
I know, but we have so many copies of it that we can just keep.
You know, if you use
Fresh
a clean
page.
copy.
What else do we have left here?
We did the agriculture commission. Well, we didn't do that one yet.
Oh, number 2, shall the capital improvement plan replace capital improvement program as such throughout the town charter? That would be rewording that every time it says capital improvement plan.
So does that need a vote, or does that need, we have to check with
That's
the
a house-
attorney, or is that housekeeping?
That's a house,
It's a housekeeping thing to keep things in sync.
I'm crossing it off now.
So cross that one.
It's just wordage, and that would be several times in the charter.
There's like 3 or 4
3
changes.
or 4 times. Crossing that off for now. It leaves us with
So,
number 13, number 6. Okay, the water pollution control, number 6. Section 5, 6, and 8.3 of the town charter be modified to define the water pollution control authority. Now, it's stated in the Connecticut general statute. Is that what you wanted to put in there? You wanted to put the...
Could you reread that one, please?
Yeah, number 6, shall section 5, 6, and 8.3 of the town charter be modified to define the water pollution control authority as
It's
stated?
a lower priority.
Okay. And it's in the Connecticut general statute, but
Mhm.
it's, okay. We have number 13. So section 218 be modified to the legislative powers of the town shall be vested in the town meeting except as otherwise provided in the charter. I have to look at that too.
I know, I just wanted to see what it said.
What's that say?
Section 218.
This is that beginning part. It's not a prior, I get it as 13.
I know what it is. I know who did it too.
What? Was it? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
Attorney said that was a lower priority. Like, I can understand why someone might want it in, but the attorney said it was a lower priority at the time, which is why you had it at number 13.
13.
I know,
Okay, yeah,
that was a
that's
last
what I-
minute one that we added
Went through
everyone.
it, yeah, okay,
So
yeah.
I crossed that one off too.
Yeah, me too.
That leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's the 7th?
Joe, just so you know, because I
Yeah.
just read that,
Yeah.
to this,
Uh-huh.
it's just, charter is
Changing.
misspelt. It's chapter.
It says
Oh, yeah,
chapter.
provided.
And it should have
Yeah,
been
it should have
charter.
been charter, so that's a
That's-
housekeeping,
That was the correction. You see it?
so that was, okay,
Yeah,
yeah. I see it
charter
says
was
chapter,
misspelled,
provided
that's
as
all.
chapter.
Now, how do you explain that to people at the ballot box? Or, you know, it's hard to,
It would be,
Tough.
if a typo makes a substantive change, then it's not just a typo, it's something that actually
I
modifies the
see.
meaning.
And that's what this does, because it's not,
on the ballot, it probably shall be corrected to read charter. Yes.
If you remember, and I know this is tough, but it was maybe over a year ago, when someone brought that one item up, because they didn't understand how it is that the selectmen had certain authorities in
Right.
and where they would have it. So do we have authorities during the selectmen meeting, or do we also have authority during the town meeting? So,
got 6. Are there any others that we need to look at? I think those are really important anyway, those
Those
7.
It's just the other one that we're just kind of waiting on to check.
Oh, okay, with
That
the
maybe
attorney.
number 7.
Okay. That's a question. Number 7 could become
Number
our
7.
7th choice. I've written down narrowing it to 8 to 10, but I still think 7 is good. I know when you had 13 on it years ago, I didn't even answer.
There were 14.
Oh, they
There
were
were
14?
14, and
It
it
was
took
too
And on
much.
the back,
so much, because you had to flip it over and go, oh
Yeah.
my, there's more questions.
people just,
I didn't understand anything. I just couldn't. So,
I think that the approach that you're doing now, I think works much better because you're trying to tackle X amount per revision.
mhm.
And that way, if we continue doing revision after revision, you'll eventually get to the point where you get a majority, if not all, at some
fix
time.
everything fixed.
Well, what we'll do tonight then is just, unless someone has another suggestion on anything that should be changed or kept, we're not going to vote on it tonight. We'll wait
We've
until
got
the next
2 more
meeting.
meetings. Yeah,
Yes.
we've got 2 more.
This is
You're
a
probably
rough
gonna
draft.
come back
It
and
should
look at
look like
Yeah,
a rough.
2 more regular commission meetings.
Yes.
Preparing the drafts, so.
Okay, so May 14th
May
is our next
14th,
meeting.
yeah, so.
If you're in agreement to do that, I'm not going to vote for anything except adjournment at this point.
Could-
Oh, yeah.
Could you just give me the order you have?
Oh, yes. Yeah, go ahead, Lynn. What do we got? You read them. You
Okay.
don't have to read them. Well, read.
Well, you have a copy of the questions, right? So question number 1, we
Would
put
be
as
1.
number 1.
Yeah.
Question number 3, we put as number 4. Question number 4.
Oh, what's number 2?
The other number 5, the annual budget.
Okay, then number
Number
3?
3 is number 11, question number 11.
Yeah,
And then 4 is question number 3.
yeah,
And then number 12
Would
is
be
question number 5.
yeah,
And question 10 is number 6.
yeah.
And then 7 is 7, waiting pending the attorney's input.
Review.
That's where you got 2, 7.
Yeah, that's 7, that's 7, yeah, 7 priorities right
Okay.
now.
Thank you.
So, yeah, 7 priorities right now.
I think we did good.
Good then?
Yeah.
We're ready to, I move to adjourn?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye. With Ed second or for the?